Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I've got Sid Hasan, CEO Mespoke, with me right now. Sid, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Michael. How are you?
I'm great. All right, you describe yourself as a retail futurist. Give us an idea what you mean by that.
Sure. We stumbled upon an idea, Michael, that we took to market in which we thought the consumer base would shift its buying habits. And in doing so, we thought we were kind of creating the future of how fashion and beauty-based commerce was going to happen in a digital platform. So that's where the retail futurist bit comes from.
Okay. What was your inspiration to bring it out?
Sure. I was living in San Francisco, still in corporate America, Michael, and Mespoke is loosely inspired by my next door neighbor who happened to be a defensive end for the 49ers and once a Dallas Cowboys player as well. So the theory is that we all have this thing called social capital, including every single one of the roughly 1,900 players in the NFL who have some level of contract, credit, or some monetized value back from Nike.
Got it. Explain how that works in a practical sense where you monetize it.
Sure. What we've come up with, Michael, is a way for, again, the premise of what we have built on the Mespoke platform is fashion and beauty only consumers. So what we've come up with is meta tagging technology that embeds three critical pieces of information that I believe every sales agent inside the Galleria in Dallas or International Mall is answering for consumers, my wife, your friends and family, which are, who is this garment by? Where can I get it? So we believe if someone is answering those questions in a coffee shop today or, again, at the Galleria, then we consumers are playing a critical role in that transaction. So with our technology, we embed the critical details into photos that are uploaded to Mespoke. So unlike Instagram, where everyone is doing a hashtag to gain engagement, we have embedded essentially the equivalent of that hashtag as a shoppable tag. So every time our community is engaging, and I mean engaging in three ways, Michael, and that is learning how to stylize, accessorize, or transact, we are capturing those critical pieces of information as metadata into that content.
Okay,
so our approach.
Go ahead. I'm going to jump in because I'm trying to connect the dots on this, but please go ahead.
So with our approach, our digital footprint is scientific. So when someone is doing a hashtag on Instagram, it is a reroute inside of Instagram. With Mespoke's approach, every bit of digital footprint is mapped back to a piece of content. So you never need to guess, did Sid's wife contribute to her best friend buying a bag because of a photo she saw somewhere? It is scientific on Mespoke. So what we're saying is that our social capital is being measured in a way that Gartner says, and these are not my words, you can look at our Gartner Cool Vendor report. Mespoke is one of 5 Gartner Cool Vendors in the world. If you look at our report, their retail analysts have said that we have captured this in a way that other platforms have missed.
I agree. It also, let me take this a little bit further. Can this also work as a potential point of sale in a transaction, aside from just marketing metadata that you can trace back to, say, an advertising agency would buy that data? But it seems to me that the next stage is also making it a point of sale through the videos.
You know, it's a wonderful question, Michael. You know, there's a couple ways to dissect it, and I would lead by saying we wholeheartedly followed the pathway that Mr. Bezos started 25 years ago when he and his wife left Wall Street and drove cross country and wrote the business plan for this little company called Amazon. We followed his pathway in that the world in the future would be direct to consumer, so brand based.
Right.
So while I don't want to be in the business of stockpiling fulfillment centers, which he can do now because he owns the entire supply chain. We do want to be the publisher of content that leads to a direct-to-consumer conversation. So what we do want to do is be ad technology that is really letting people value their social capital. We don't want to be in the business of owning garments.
No,
so
I'm not talking about you stockpiling dresses and all of and belts and all that stuff. I'm just saying a pass through on a point of sale, because it seems to me that what you're doing is invaluable information for all of the marketing people. I can see that as a point, but let's just stay on that point here, and not get down too deep in the woods with two guys trying to brainstorm on the show right now. Current investment round, you've got one going. Tell us about it.
Sure, thank you. I wanted to end that last thought before we segue with one thought for your callers, or sorry, for your community, Michael, and that is this. I fundamentally believe that Mespoke is creating the construct of the Galleria Mall at the intersection of 635 and 75 in Dallas, the construct of the mall. It is up to the fashion brands to close the sale.
Right.
I am saying we are the construct of the mall. So let me just end that thought there. Michael, where we are today is that we've elected to go to market, and I will tell you why. Mespoke has, by the grace of God and a lot of hard work by myself and our co-founders, achieved some pretty neat success. We've chatted with a company in the Pac West, which I'll leave it at that. We have been recognized by Gartner as one of 5 cool vendors in the world in a specific category called retail merchandising and marketing, not just social apps, in a very specific category. And we have chatted with some other fashion brands. We have taken Mespoke as far as we can organically. It now belongs to be partnered with a company that sees the vision, that wants to create the future based on what's happening in today's world, has the smart capital, the network, and the technology intellectual property to take us forward. So we're at market. We've retained some bankers in California who specialize in TMT, which is technology, media, and telecom, and we're out raising around or looking for potential strategic partners that see our IP as a cornerstone of their future and want to work out some strategic IP M&A talks. That's where we are now, Michael.
Do you want to discuss the size of the round and the use of funds?
Sure. So I believe if we were to go a Series A route, we'd be looking at a $1 million raise to get us from where we are today, Michael, and help us scale, finish out 2 critical pieces of technology, which are deep linking and loyalty schematics. And from there have a go-to-market. So the raise that we'd be looking for in a Series A partnership is $1 million. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's appropriate for us to talk about valuations because I leave that to the market and the bankers that are.
Yeah, we don't have to get that deep in it. If somebody's got an interest in it, believe me, that's enough for them to contact you about it. Okay.
The other route is if there's a strategic acquirer that sees our value as a core part of their DNA for the future, then there's a certain valuation that our bankers have put on Mespoke's IP.
I get it. And there's plenty of them out there right now. I'm in contact with a lot of them myself every day. How does someone access? What are the costs?
So what we're doing now is I'm on weekly calls with a strategic list of partners that our bankers have put in place. I've assisted them with that. So we're having founders calls as we speak. I have one this afternoon with a strategic partner. So we go to that round, and then after that we connect them back to our bankers in LA, and then they go down the path of executive summary and then looking at our information memorandum.
What's next for the details? I'm sorry, you got me so excited, I just keep jumping in the conversation here. What's next for the company?
Michael, it's a question that I think about every night at the dinner table with my wife and with our co-founders. The fact of the matter is that we have built something we fundamentally believe is the future. Having said that, Mespoke now needs certain ingredients in our cookbook that we can't organically bring to the table. So what's next is either a strategic acquisition by a finite list of folks that we believe Mespoke's future belongs to, and with us finishing the roadmap as co-founders, or we partner on a Series A round. One of those two things will happen within 4 to 6 weeks. We've identified a list of folks. Happy to share who we think those people are, but that's where we are.
Got it. All right. I can't wait to see more of this, because I think you've got the wave of the future for the retail industry, and your title is, well deserved. Futurist
Thank you.
retail.
Michael, I have to ask you, who's your blazer by? Where did you get it, and how can I get it?
I think I got this at Belk's in Dallas at the Galleria Mall.
Very nice. Thank you. It's a lovely royal blue suit.
Thanks so much. All right, Sid, we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Thanks for watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.